My name is Julien Delange. I work at Twitter. I'm a staff software engineer and I live in San Francisco in California. We are building a platform that basically provides metrics about the Twitter network. So this platform is used to diagnose any network issue in the Twitter infrastructure, but also we are able to use these metrics and see trends over the last few months about how the network is used. So we can make plans about buying new network devices and expand our infrastructure. I really like the programming track, mostly because I started to learn functional programming, and Scale, by the way, by definition, is really oriented towards functional programming in Scala. So I really enjoy this track. I also like the data track because it's also oriented towards AI, but my really favorite one is when people talk about programming. I really enjoy a presentation about Graal and the optimization about the JVM. So anything related to Scala, the JVM, and all these worlds that start to be open to me 6 months ago when I started to work at Twitter. Something that we present with Adam Crane today is how we use GraphQL to expose data. I think this is a new trend that's going to come in the industry, how we can replace REST services with GraphQL. This is something we want to use. Also, any use of functional programming, not only with Scala, but with any language. I really think about John Carmack trying to use a functional programming principle even when he writes C++ code. I think this is something that we should use, having more pure function, having programs that are really easy to understand and test. Again, as I discover the functional programming world, I'm trying to write more and more functional programming code. So, for example, having a good understanding about cats or scalas, so that are the library in Scala that will provide more support of functional programming styles. So I'm really trying to learn these aspects. Also try to have better understanding about the different libraries, tools used to handle big data and use machine learning techniques. It's something that I'm really trying to learn. So I didn't really have a choice when I joined Twitter 6 months ago. I had to learn Scala, but I really think functional programming helps you to understand your code and test your code better. So I really try to follow this principle right now in my code, not only when I use Scala, but also when I use Python. So I think that functional programming is going to make an impact way beyond Scala. How you're going to write code, try to have pure function when the output depends only on the inputs. It's way better to write, to understand and test. This is something that I believe can have a really strong impact, not only in the world of Scala, but really about programming in general. I really like so maybe it will be self-promotion, but I really like what we are doing at Twitter, trying to tweak, for example, the JVM, how we can tweak the JVM with Graal to be more efficient. This is something I like. I like also so this is some topic I like. I also like to see people that helped to develop Scala. I think particularly about Oscar he had really great influence about developing Scala and pushing Scala forward at Twitter. I think the conference is pretty open. We can really easily talk with people. This is something that is really great. Having 3 tracks is great. It's not too much, not too little. This is something that I really appreciate and I really enjoy. The topics were really on spot with different companies from the Bay Area and more global in the US, but also the different companies that are using Scala. So we see Twitter, but also Stripe. Stripe is a big player. Strava, also Apple, Spotify. So it's great to see that. It's also great to see all these companies using Scala and why they are using it. It's something that I really appreciate.